what's been going on? Well, a few things have happened. It's been a bit unfortunate, but I got into a bit of a car accident. And that unfortunately means that my vehicle is currently dead. So, I don't have a way to get around much. The upside is I suppose I've been walking more, but other than that it's really just been, I can't get to job interviews, get anywhere that is too far off. That's a real bummer. And also the fact is, I wasn't hurt very much. I actually ride a bike, so I was very lucky not to be hurt. The only thing that was damaged was my right leg, just a bit of bruising on the inner thigh. Basically, I had an ultrasound done on it, I had an x-ray done on it, no major damage, no breaks, just a fair bit of bruising in the muscle. And unfortunately, because of that, it means I can't train legs, which is what I would have been training today. But doctor's orders, stay on, take it easy, no leg training or anything until probably for a week or so, let it heal up. If that sort of thing happens, take advice from your doctor, seriously. They know better than you what they are talking about. If they tell you, oh, your leg is injured, your arm is injured, or your shoulder's injured, don't train that body part. That's only going to make it worse. Let it rest. I'd say at least 25% of training is rest. They say 80% is diet, 20% is training. Well, I'd say 80% is diet, 15% is training, and 5%, or probably more than 5% actually, probably more like 10% is rest. If you're not resting, your body's not getting that time to, repair itself, to slow down, to repair all the damage you're doing it to in the gym. Because that's what you're doing in the gym. You're not actually building your body, you're destroying it. You're tearing the muscles down. But you want that because that means when you rest and when you eat, your body starts to repair the muscles, and your body doesn't like to be hurt. It comes back harder and stronger. It purposely adds more muscle because it knows it needs more muscle to withstand that amount of weight you're pushing. And that's why if you want to keep growing, you have to keep adding more weight. You're taking the weak points in your body and you're building them up. Your body's amazing like that. And some other news with me, I think I will be stopping my cut at the end of, this week. I'm going to next week is essentially going to be me just slowly building my calories back up to bulking level. Over a week I'm going to add 100 calories a day until I get back to bulking level. I'm doing that because if I just jump from 1800 calories a day to 2500 or more calories a day, I'm going to gain quite a bit of weight. And that's not just going to be water weight, that's actually going to be a bit of fat. And I don't want that, so build it up slowly. Some people can do it over a few days, some people prefer to take a few weeks. I honestly prefer to do it over a week and a bit. It means I don't have to spend too much time waiting around. I do gain a little bit of fat, but honestly it's negligible. It's maybe quarter of a pound, which in the grand scheme of things is easy to lose and is honestly not much. So, next week, going to transition back into bulking. I'll also be going off keto. I know I could do a keto bulk, but I don't want to. I like my rice too much. I love my rice, my oats, and pasta, slow digesting carbs. The only time I really have simple carbs is on my cheat days and right before a workout to, have some carbs that will just instantly go into my glycogen stores and will be depleted during the workout and during my cardio. So yeah, I like my carbs too much. I'm sorry. Keto diet has been fucking fantastic for cutting, but I just can't continue on a bulk. I just don't want to. And that's what fitness is about. Follow the main principles and follow what works. But if you like doing something and it works, go with that. You don't have to do something else that you don't like, even if it works. If you found something you like that works, it's better to do than something you don't like that works, because then you're going to enjoy it more. And that just makes it so much easier to stick to if you actually enjoy it. I'll also be visiting my family in about 2 weeks. I'll be going down to Tauranga, and I'm currently in Auckland in New Zealand. I'll be going to Tauranga, New Zealand, just for a week to, visit them, hang out, catch up. My little brother and my little sister will be there. I just haven't seen my family in a while, so I figure, take a break. I'm off the job. I've just been in an accident. I maybe just need a week to relax. And that's what we'll be doing. I'll be training at a gym in Tauranga. It's called Ocean Blue. My mother has a membership there that I can borrow. They don't really care. They know me. I know the manager. He's a really cool guy. Honestly, is just glad to see people coming to his gym and getting fit. So yeah, it's also going to really help that I'm going down there when I'm bulking because, you know, you stay with family, you eat a lot more generally. And, you know, my family, well, most of them like to eat. Little brother's an exception, he's skinny as a twig. But most of my family, you know, we enjoy a good meal. And it's better for me to be bulking, you know, seriously training hard, doing a lot of cardio, a lot of heavy lifting, and eating a lot, than it is to not. Because then I'm just gonna only put on fat. I'll still be keeping up, you know, a log of my progress cutting and bulking, and I'm also going to do a video after this quickly, actually, probably going to film it right after I finish doing this one, about cheat days and your metabolism and how they affect each other. Because, you know, I love cheat days, but I don't really do them. I can do them, but honestly, cheat meals work out better. Because with a cheat meal, you know, I can have it at the end of the week, and it's fine. You know, I can have a cheat meal a week. I prefer to honestly just do it every 2 weeks, especially when I'm cutting, because that just means I'm not setting myself back as much. Cheat days, however, I'll usually only do if I can really commit to a cut. If I'm cutting and I want a cheat day, I usually will save up all my cheat meals to the end of the cut. And at the end of the cut, I will just have one big cheat day. That has the advantage of, you know, I can suddenly eat a lot and spike my metabolism back up. Also, I eat a lot of sweet things. I like sweets. I do. I love candy. And I found that eating a lot on a cheat day, fuck, I don't want to eat it again for a week after that. That's a good thing, because then it's easier for me to resist doing that. You know, and a cheat day, especially after, say, you've done 6 weeks of cutting, or 12 weeks of cutting, even 4 weeks of cutting, if you just control that cheat day, you know, you don't go too overboard, it'll be fine. Yes, you will gain a bit of fat, but you'll actually have the upside of spiking your metabolism, and, you know, actually helping out with weight loss after it, when you go back down to your cutting calories, or even just go back down to your bulking calories. I will be talking about that in the next video on metabolism. I'll probably have some fancy graph illustration to show you. This is just a quick update on where I'm currently at, and you know, why I'm actually suddenly stopping my cut. I think I'm actually at a fairly decent place right now. I got some advice from fitness friends, I got some advice from trainers at my gym. Looking at my body, I'm in a decent place right now. I have a good base, I've lost enough body fat from my bulk gone wrong, that I can start building back up again. You know, I've had a ballpark estimate from multiple people and from myself and from tape measurements. I don't have a fat caliper. I need to buy another one because my last one broke. That my body fat is probably around 10 to 12%. 2% can be quite a wide margin when it comes to measuring body fat, but you know, when you're eyeballing it, or even with a tape measure, it's not that accurate. And honestly, I'm not ready to go in for DEXA scans, spend all that money on a DEXA scan until I'm a little more advanced. Not worth it until then. Also the fact that, you know, go by what's in the mirror. You know your own body better than anyone. If you look at your body and you're starting to see definition, you're starting to see striations, you're starting to see veins in your shoulders and your arms, maybe you're starting to see your abs, you know, go by that, because one person at 10% body fat can look far more ripped than someone else at 10% body fat. Your muscles push out, they push the fat out, and they start distributing it evenly over your body. I have far less of a belly than I used to, because my abs have gotten bigger, and they're starting to push the fat outwards and spread over the abs, and spread over my stomach area and my sides and my back. When fat is a lot more distributed, it actually helps you look a little bigger, and you can look a lot more defined than if you just didn't have the muscle mass. If I had no muscle mass on my chest, there would be it would be very visibly fat. If I had no muscle mass here on my abdominals, this would probably just be all nothing to actually balance it out. Go by aesthetics. Look at yourself. And honestly, body fat isn't always that important. If you're just aiming to get a aesthetically pleasing physique, you know, aim for an aesthetically pleasing physique. Look in the mirror. If you look good, great. If you don't, improve it. It's really only when you start competing really heavily, it seems, that it starts to matter. and by that point you're probably swole enough that, you know, even being 15% body fat, you still look pretty damn ripped. You can look at massive bodybuilders, even the ones who are still natural, not on steroids, and when they're in their off-season, they still look jacked. They look fucking amazing. It's because of all their muscle mass. The fat is spread out, and so there's just so much bulging muscle coming through that it really doesn't matter. So go by what you see in the mirror. Be happy with your own body, and yeah, body fat isn't everything. I mean, and the most accurate way you're gonna know your body fat is by a DEXA scan, which can cost upwards, at least in New Zealand I know, of $200. And unless you have the spare cash to drop on that, it's, you know, not everyone's going to be able to do that. So, next video coming up, metabolism, cheat days, and you. How it all affects each other, what I think of cheat days, cheat meals, and refeeds, and the difference between them all, and how I generally deal with them, and how I deal with them differently when I'm on a cut.